2K Sports pregame show.
This is Kevin Harlan at the table alongside Craig Anthony and Doris Burke. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge from the sideline. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's the East versus West, where the Charlotte Hornets will be looking to make a statement. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the evening. Last season, they split the series with each team able to win on the road. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, Kevin, we know today's players can really elevate, but it's the landings that create tremendous strain on the body. In fact, at least one team bans its veteran players from dunking in practice. Kevin, that is not a problem for me.
David, you're right. It takes a toll. Thank you. Doors for a couple teams that had high hopes coming out of the gate. Frustration starting to build, and you can even sense it with the fans. They're getting a little bit nervous here.
And this is the critical stage where when you've gotten out of the gate slowly, it's your leadership that has to step up. They've got to have a strong voice in the locker room, not overreact to mounting frustrations, and just calm the nerves of the young players. It's important to keep your unity in tough times.
The coaches always say, don't let go of the rope. Everybody's got to pull in the right direction, same direction. Don't let go of the rope.
Great point, Kev.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Robertson and George fill out the wings. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. And it's Westbrook in at the one.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
And 6'7" swingman Andre Robertson out of the University of Colorado, one of the league's premier defensive specialists.
And Kevin, there's a reason he started for most of his career, and it has nothing to do with his shooting. Now returning from that ruptured patella tendon, will he regain that elite defensive form? Only time will tell.
And that one misses.
Well, an elite perimeter defender, Andre Robertson uses that impressive length to bother players. What a solid role player this guy has become.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Here's Robertson following the basket by Jeremy Lamb. Inside, Grant.
Well, this is something Grant does very well. Slams it home when he's got space.
Grant against Batum. It's stolen by Adams. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. George with no one around. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook.
I'll tell you, you're not going to find a much more confident basketball player. He always believes the points are going to come.
And the pass to Biyombo. It's stolen by Adams. Outside, George. Grant outside. Adams sets the pick for Grant. High, arcing shot. Doesn't go that time. And Charlotte will go the other way with it.
When you think about the 2 consecutive first-round playoff exits for the Oklahoma City Thunder, this is a franchise that had made it to the conference finals in 4 out of the previous 6 seasons. So not the kind of deep run they're accustomed to.
There's the foul. It's on Jeremy Lamb. That's foul number 2 for him. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Patterson comes in for Jeremy Grant. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Paul George with the steal. Pass to Felton. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Well, with that frame, outstanding strength by Ray Felton, working hard inside.
Williams gets to Monk. Back to Williams. He dishes it to Bridges. Zeller against Noel. Shot clock at 5. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And George with the stuff.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
Yeah, the assist by Parker, just brilliant. Really seeing his teammates out there.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, and Noel throws it down.
Well, Kev, love the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
Pass to Monk. Takes the three. And so it's Oklahoma City. They lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll return. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2000.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
What a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you, they've simply been more assertive in the open floor. They're leaking out early, converting with confidence.
Williams is down low with Zeller. Parker and Monk, that's their backcourt. And it's Bridges in at the three. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
Boy, a wide open look from mid-range that goes by the wayside. You can tell he's upset.
You know, Norris, the ability to beat the defender off the dribble is so important. Who do you think has the quickest first step right now in the league that you've seen personally?
That's a great question, boy, Kev. I'll tell you some guys I wouldn't want to have to contend with on a night by night. No way I want to try to guard the wizardry of Kyrie Irving, or the flat-out end-to-end speed of John Wall, or the incredible explosive athleticism of Russell Westbrook, the deceptive nature of James Harden's game. Please, child, please, I don't want any part of any of those men.
You're getting riled up here. And the Hornets miss again.
Well, he carved out the space he needs, just the finish was not good.
They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Rambo, he's checked in for Zeller. Batum comes in for Bridges. Lamb, he's checked in for Monk. And it's Kemba Walker in for Parker. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Jeremy Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Raymond Felton. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Kid Gilchrist. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. The Thunder in fourth.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
Adams, the pass to Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Aquinas' shot is off. Hornets trail by 11. Feeds to Kaminsky. Finished off by Kaminsky.
That'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. The Thunder have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Here's Westbrook. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you've got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
And the Hornets call time here.
In a wise move to call time out there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
And the Thunder making a switch here. George is checked in.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
Adams dishes to Westbrook. Adams, the pass to Westbrook. Outside for George. Buries the long-range jumper. George has got 8 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
To the middle, here's Lamb. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
It's Westbrook with the drive. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
This guy is very solid close to the rim. Diabo knows when to be assertive on the interior.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Westbrook gets to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. To the middle, it's stolen by Adams. Walker against Westbrook. Here's George. Carries it down low. George has got the lead up to 14 now for the Thunder.
We know that Russell Westbrook will have the ball in his hands and initiate their offense. And how about that superior passing?
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And so it's Oklahoma City up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq. Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They are leading by 12. And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep.
And now with the second half of...
The scene at night here in Uptown Charlotte, where we welcome you back to the action. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters, just a great effort for him for the entire half.
I don't think you could ask for anything more from this guy. He has been fantastic to start this one.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Thunder. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Westbrook and Robertson, the backcourt. And it's George in at the 3 spot. There's the foul. It's on Jeremy Lamb. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Left side, Adams. Screen by Adams. Shot clock at 6. George against Batum. And the officials call a traveling violation. More and more, we're hearing the term positionless basketball, Doris, but it's not an entirely new concept. I remember Jerry West, for example, talking about it a couple decades ago.
Well, I think Jerry West talking about it is about there are certain guys historically who could play in any era. Jerry West would be there. Rick Barry would be another one. So certainly this has been a topic discussed in the past. I think why it's so important in today's day and age, the NBA has become a switch-heavy league, and that's on the defensive end. And therefore, teams like Boston and others are building their roster around guys who are switchable and versatile. It's become an almost necessity in today's NBA.
Great perspective. They get it back. Here's George. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Well, to me, Paul George exemplifies what a leader should be. This guy does not look for his personal stats. He just wants to make the guys around him better.
Charlotte making a switch here. Bridges checks in. Noel's checked in for Oklahoma City. Alex Abrinas comes in for Roberson. Bridges passes to Biombo. And here's Westbrook. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and slam dunk by Noel.
I love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Heather, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Charlotte calls timeout.
Well, you think to Steven Adams, and coming out of New Zealand, playing about 1 year at the University of Pittsburgh, now in his 5th season as a starter for the Thunder. And what a pivotal guy he's become for this franchise.
Tim Gilchrist is checked in for Charlotte. And where the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Hornets.
And they've been avoiding those deep threes. They're capable of knocking those shots down from long range, but so far they've really been reluctant to let it fly from that free throw line extended three-point shot.
And he gets the bucket. Biyombo's got 8. And Steven Adams drafted by OKC with the 12th pick in 2013. That draft pick, a centerpiece of the James Harden trade.
And that trade will go down as one of the great conversation pieces of all time, whether or not you can include James Harden. But the reality is, where Adams is concerned, they got a two-way big man with incredible athleticism, unbelievable physical strength, and an evolving offensive game. So this is one piece of the trade that you have made great use of.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Oklahoma City. Kaminsky with the ball. Now guarded by Noel. It's stolen by Schroeder. And he jams it with authority.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into easy points. And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Patterson, he's checked in for Steven Adams. Doris Bismack Biyombo, known for his defense, and that's pretty much what you're going to get from him.
Well, and there was a day and age where being dominant defensively would keep you on the floor, but for Biyombo, I think he knows he's got to create some offense, because in the NBA, you need to be able to do both.
Nice pass in here by Charlotte, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltender.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Oklahoma City leading by 14. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Thunder have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line. That free throw missing.
You know what I admire about Russell Westbrook? Were there weaknesses to his game when he came in? No question about it. But his work habits, his desire to excel and improve have turned those weaknesses into strengths. Truly extraordinary.
Walker in the post. He's guarded by Schroeder, and the shot goes down. Walker's got his first points of the night.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Gwen.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right? He does such a stellar job sizing up this man and trains it despite having the size on him.
For Oklahoma City, they have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses early. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Yeah, you know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Williams is down low with Zeller. Jeremy Lamb out there with Parker, and it's Monk in at the 3 slot. So that's the Hornets 5. And the shot goes down. Patterson's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Oklahoma City.
Well, I think this is where they'd like to see Patrick Patterson be effective, get his points in tight, make nice, efficient moves to the rim.
The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. And the Thunder lead by 20.
How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
Charlotte calls timeout.
Well, Dennis Schroeder showed he can handle high usage in an offense. Was the first option for the Hawks this past season. Even with defenses keyed in on him, he was able to average right around 20 points.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Adams comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Roberson in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's Westbrook to the inside. And Roberson kicks to Adams. Pass to Roberson. Screen by Adams. It's George on the wing. 5 to shoot. Grant outside. No good on the 3. And with Schroeder, he said he learned how to deal with all that extra defensive attention.
And being able to stay productive when dealing with the best opposing defender goes a long way in the NBA. Schroeder also managed to cut down on his turnovers while taking on more of a playmaker role. Strong year for him offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow as a player.
Grant kicks to George. To the paint. And the dunk by Grant.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Oklahoma City.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Russell Westbrook.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
And so he hits the technical free throw. And he was one of many big names in free agency this past summer. Paul George, a huge part of that. But, you know, Greg, he didn't take long to make his decision.
Many expected George to maybe jump to the Lakers. Had been saying it was his dream to play in L.A. for over a year. But credit Westbrook and the Thunder. They won him over. He was one of the first signings in free agency to re-up with OKC.
And the Thunder making a change here. Roberson's checked in. Patterson, the screen. Here's Aprinas. It's deflected. Possession. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. .35 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Parker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Lays it up off the glass.
And finally finding a rhythm, but unfortunately a little too late.
Well, you wonder if they can use the momentum they built here into the next game, because this one looks over.
And on the road, silencing the crowd. What a dominant performance.
Well, they took control of this game from the outset, a commanding all-around performance and an important road win.
All right, get ready.
That free throw good from Felton.
Listen, Ray Felton is a very dependable point guard, fantastic floor general who just takes good shots and makes outstanding reads.
And here are the Hornets now. 19-point game. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that, keep working.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge.